Hi everyone, so I'm going to do a video today about curling hair. As you can see, I have a huge mess of it. I've actually not washed it for a couple of days already, and normally when I've left my natural curl it's actually a bit more difficult, so I thought I'd show you all. I was uploading this video because I was meant to be going to a wedding today, so I hopped on Instagram this morning and told a few of you about it, and thought I'd do a video well, I'm basically curling my hair to go to a online wedding now. The wedding's obviously not actually happening, and they have postponed it, but it's we're just sort of having a few video talks through the day and having a little chat and everything with them all, so I thought I'd make the effort and get dressed up, and yeah, so I'm going to do a hair curling video in the meantime. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to sort of go with your pattern. Mine's obviously on the side, so it doesn't really matter, but just do a rough like split down the middle, the back, and split your hair into two sides. And I'm just going to kind of pin this side, clip it to one side out the way for now, just so it's kind of sort of out your way and doesn't get in the way when you're curling this side. So what I'm going to do first, I am using up all my old hair products at home at the moment, so this isn't stuff that I would, well, some of it I would normally use, but my heat spray, I know some of the people that used to come into the salon, like a lot of my clients, would know I used to use the Osmo one. I have moved on to the milkshake one now, which I do love. I'm just using up old stock at home basically. So what you want to do is you can do it section by section if you want, but I just tend to find it easier when you're doing it this way with curling. Just a bit easier just to kind of spray the whole section in one go. So a few spritz up, move your hair up just to make sure it gets into all the hair. You only really want to spray it on mids and ends because you don't want the roots to end up greasy from it. Just a little bit in your fringe there. So once you've done that, you just want to take some sections sort of across through the hair and pin the rest out the way. I tend to have to straighten out the root of mine. For anybody that has curly hair, just sort of split it down into a couple of sections and just straighten the root out just to get rid of any kinks in the roots of your hair. And then what you want to do, you want to go into the hair, turn it away from your face and just pull it down gradually. I find this really easy to do on the short bits of hair. You'll find that as you get onto longer bits, what will happen is the drag of the straighteners will actually kind of encourage it to go straight again at the top, and I'll go over that with a couple of longer sections now. So next section down, this is a slightly bigger section, so I'm then going to sort of split it into two. And again, if you've got curly hair, if you've got straight hair, this bit's really irrelevant. You don't need to straighten out the roots. You can go straight into the curling part of it and it'll save you a lot of time. Girls with curly hair, I'm afraid you've got a bit of extra work out. So you want to go in, turn it away from the face and pull it down to the bottom. Not too fast because you will lose a lot of the curl, and even if it looks really curly now, don't worry about it because you will brush it out after, and what you want to do is allow that curl to set into the hair so that you can basically brush it out without it then dropping to nothing. So I'm going to show you with this front section what I mean, that if you were to kind of drag out the curl and it go too cold. So what happens is as you get to the bottom section here, this is cooling down, this section, but obviously it's straight as it's cooling down, so you lose that curl there, if you see what I mean. So to avoid that, especially for those with longer hair or thicker hair, what you want to do is you want to curl that section, you want to drop the hair and then go back into that bottom section, which obviously is curled, so I will show you properly then as what I mean on the next bit. Every few sections in, I will just give it a little bit of a spritz of hairspray. The one I'm using is the Schwarzkopf Got To Be Happy Hour at the moment. I really like that one for a lightweight hairspray. Again, in the salon, what I would tend to use for my curls is the Insight Eco Spray. It's amazing. It smells like coconuts, and it's like more of a spritz style hairspray, so it's really lightweight, really nice, but it's got a really strong hold on curls still, which is amazing. So again, because this is a slightly bigger section, you just want to, I'm actually going to split some into three because I've got really thick hair. So still straighten out on the roots, even though you need to sort of curl it section by section. So when I say section by section, what you want to do is where each curl kind of laps around on itself, you want to make sure that's each section. So you almost want to be going down this hair in like 2 or 3 parts. So what you want to do is you want to curl here, and like I said, if you carry on to the end, that's cooling down straight, so you want to drop it there, let that set and go back in where that curl finishes, and then again turn it away from your face and carry on. I'm just going to finish off those ends, make sure the ends are always kind of finished in as well. So I'll show you again on this one. And one more time on this one, and then I'll speed up the video just so you can kind of get a knack for it and not have to sit through here, through me explaining every section. So again, curl it. Kind of, you can hold the top as well just so it doesn't fall into the hair and you don't know where you end up picking up other bits of hair and not really knowing where you are. So I tend to kind of hold it from the top as I drop, and then just follow it down, work out where that curl ends, go back in, and again just pull it back on itself. And just like so. actually leave that so it's sort of cooling in and setting as you carry on with the other side. As you see with the fringe, I didn't put too much of a curl in it. It's not the 90s, we don't want tight ringlets up here, so that's why I straighten out the root first, and then you've just got a nice soft curl through the ends. So I'm going to carry on with the other side, same as before, but what you're going to do, let me just put my heat spent spray in. So you'll notice that all the hair on that side went all the same way, so all back from your face. Pet peeve of mine is when all the curls go the same way around the whole head, and you even see it on celebrities sometimes, and all the hair is kind of going this way away from their face and this way into their face, and to me it looks really odd, but that's my personal opinion. So I much prefer it, and I think it looks much more better, more flattering around the face when it both goes away. So like I said, this way you all went away from your face, and you're going to do the same on this side, but obviously it's the opposite side. So just straighten out that root area, and then you're going to go under. So you're going to go away from the face. People tend to find one side more tricky than the other. It's just because you end up a bit twisted in your hands, but once you get the movement on that side, you'll find one side that's easier, and once you've kind of got your easy side, really practice on the other side, because once you've got the hang of it for that side, it becomes a lot easier, I promise you. So I'm going to get on with this side. I'll speed up the video and then I'll come back and show you all how to dress it out. so I'm going to leave that aside to set in a little bit as well. I'm going to do my makeup in the meantime. I'm going to come back and dress it out. What I didn't mention as well is that I am using my Cloud9 straighteners. I don't know which way up is the right way. That way. Was it that way? Yeah, it was that way, I think. You can obviously use GHDs. The reason that I like Cloud9 is they're temperature controlled. It's much better for your hair, and I actually have done my hair. You can see how thick and frizzy it is. This was done on 180 degrees, so you do not need the heat that a lot of the GHDs still give out. Majority of them, I'm not sure if this is still true because I haven't checked it in a couple of years because I've been using Cloud9 since, but they used to be set at 2 to 10. It's just not needed for the hair. Like I said, I've got thick frizzy hair and this will last me until I wash it out. Right guys, so makeup's done. As you can see, my hair is still barely changed. I am going to use a bit of dry shampoo just because, as I said when I started, I actually haven't washed my hair in a few days. That usually doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily help the curls hold anymore unless you've got really soft, fine hair, but then people tend to find they need to wash it a little bit more anyway. If you do, then wash it the night before and then try and curl it the next morning. It might give you a little bit of help. The dry shampoo I have been using recently is the Cake Beauty dry shampoo. Put a tiny bit more hairspray through the ends, and then depending on the sort of curl you want, you can either finger brush it out and you won't lose too much of the curl, it'll just separate them a little bit. If you want it really soft, then grab your brush, mine is full of hair because I brushed it earlier, and really just brush it through the hairbrush. Do not be afraid of it. It's not going anywhere if you've done it properly. And it, as you see, that side's just a lot more softer against this side. So I'm going to do the same on this side now. I always use the Tangle Angel. These brushes are insane. They're really great for hair extensions. They don't pull hair. They're great for kids as well because they just don't feel like it pulls the knots at all. They're really gentle and really soft on the hair, but the bristles are still really strong and really get into the hair. So yeah, this is my look. I'll take a few pics for you guys and add them on to the end of the video. And yeah, I'll try and do some other videos as well over the next couple of weeks, and well, find out if there's anything anyone wants as well. Leave me a comment below and I will try and do videos to kind of make sure everyone got something they want to see. Bye guys.